All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. This week, I am seeing some amazing setups across the board. Happy New Year's, first of all. I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys who watches the videos. I hope you guys have gained a lot of value from them throughout the whole 2024. If you've been here since the start of the YouTube channel, I've been dropping these every week, so I appreciate everyone who does watch them. This year, we're gonna go crazy. Every year, we just keep getting better and better, and I'm just gonna keep dropping these for free. Like I just want you guys to actually learn, ask questions in the comments, actually, gain some value from it. So this week we look very, very interesting. We were looking bearish last week, and the market that's just how random the market can be. And you have to accept that. You cannot be too biased or get married to one side. So going into this week, things have changed and things change very quickly, right? And then I think it's for a couple of reasons. Let's start off with the economic data though. Tuesday we have job openings. Wednesday, FOMC minutes. So like I said, it's not the actual FOMC meeting, it's just a recap of what happened in the FOMC meeting, which can still cause some type of reaction. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims. First Friday of every month, guys, is non-farm payrolls. It is a big catalyst, so make sure to be on watch for that. So let's get right into the watch list, right? That's as far as economic data, that's what's coming up. But then January 8th, Trump's in office, right? We have a new president. I believe it's January 8th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, January 8th, and I'm starting to get some sentiment. I mean, based off of what happened last week, if we look at SPY, guys, let's take a close look at it. Right. I'm gonna erase everything. Let's go from the weekly chart. You guys could see the nearest area of key demand was here. Look, you guys can see it was supply here and demand here. We drag this right? We wick below it, but we don't really get a clean close below it, even on the daily look. Daily, we don't close below it on either time. We get below it, but we still close up here. We get below it, but we close right below 4 hour. That was like the FOMC low. Next day we get below, reclaim. Here we are retesting and we tried getting below. So we had that bearish sentiment where we tried getting below and we never clear that low. It would be bearish if we clear that low, take out this 578, and that's gonna push us to 568, 570s. But as of right now, that's not the case, right? We have been on a downtrend. We have been, going down, but things are now starting to reverse. This demand zone now has held as demand, and we are pushing towards this upper trend line because we have just scored an hourly chart now. That demand zone you guys can see has held. The demand zone is held, and it looks amazing. So this demand zone and these recent highs here, this is the key level here, 592. So 592, if we can break and hold above 592, this is going to push us towards this 595, 596 area. Go to a 4 hour real quick. 495, 496 area. And then this trend line. So let's go back here. This trend line would be next, like 598 and above 598, psychological 600s. And then this main area where we rejected from recently. So there's a couple scenarios that could happen here. This trend line is going to be super important for us, the 600, 602 area. If we fail to, if we, we're gonna probably come up and reattempt those areas. If we fail to get above those areas, it can get ugly and we start pushing back down to these lows very quickly. But if this area holds, and if we start reclaiming 600, 602, it's back to highs and it can happen very quick. But with a lot of the other names like semiconductors that I'm watching, which I'll cover after these names, you guys will see that we are we do have some type of bullish sentiment, and I'll show you guys exactly why. So, starting from the weekly chart, we closed the bullish hammer. We held the weekly 21. We have not broken the weekly 21 since what, August 5th, and it really closed above. It got below it, but it closed above. We haven't gotten below the 21 since 2023 of October. So, technically speaking, I mean, that's a bullish hammer on the weekly. We have like this, right? Not a perfect morning star, but we did hold the demand zone on the daily as well, pushing higher. So that's what it looks like on that time frame. Just the key area hold of demand. So Key levels, that's going to be pretty simple for SPY. That trend line break, that's going to be main watch. So Q's is very similar. Q's had a key area of demand here at this 505, 507 area, close to those FOMC lows, but we reclaimed, and now we took out this key structure point, the most recent lower high, we just took it out here. Right, it was a demand, supply, lower high, lower high. We took it out on Friday. I will be watching for a retest of that area, see if it holds. If that area holds, we're pushing back to this trend line at 524. So 524 is my next main level. And then the supply here at 527. We start getting above 527, it's pushing towards that recent high that just got rejected, which is 530. And above that, it's back to highs. And it can happen fairly quickly, right? This is like a double bottom almost on the daily if it holds, or the 4 hour as well. This could be like a big double bottom. Weekly chart looks pretty bullish hammer. That's what I'll be watching on Qs. Those are the levels, keeping it plain and simple. Below this demand zone, it gets ugly to the downside. Until then, we reclaim that trend line. It's 524, 527, 530. Anything above 530 is bullish. Now let's look at some individual names. Apple has been relatively weak. Every name on a lot of the names last week closed green. See the overall market. Who lagged behind? Apple. Apple out of all of them. And Apple's been lagging behind. Even throughout the sell-off, Apple got the sell-off last out of everyone. So if this is gonna be like some type of if we do get picked up, Apple still looks weak right now though. As long as Apple is still below 246, it can just make another lower high and push lower. If it lags behind like it has been and reclaims 246, that's a break and retest. Easily will push us back into the 250s. So I'll be watching that trend line reversal or below 242. So we'll see what Apple does. The levels are very, very simple on this. Take a screenshot, look at it. These are the main levels on Apple that I will be watching. So very, very simple. Amazon's not going to be my main watch, but it looks amazing though. You can see we have this trend line, high, lower high, and we're looking to get that break of it. So watch a break and retest of 225. That should push us into 228, 230. Simple as that. Nothing in the middle. If it gets weak, below 218, 216. Microsoft's also reversing. So just some signs that I'm getting of overall market reversal back to the upside. Nvidia is going to be one of the top watches. We're up 4.4%. This just looks amazing to me. And all for various reasons, right? This is a inverse head and shoulders on a higher time frame. 4 hour, you could see it very clearly. Left, head, right shoulder. We broke this trend line that we were, right? We just broke this trend line and we broke it very aggressively. Could potentially come back for a retest or even of this area of previous structure resistance here. Look, resistance, resistance. I'll be watching for a retest, bounce at 142 to get the push into 145, 146. If we don't come down for that retest because for whatever reason it's just too strong, watch for a break and hold of that 146. Let it break, let it hold. Then we push to 148, 150 area. Really the highs. We're already back at highs. Look at it on the weekly. Just an insane bullish engulfing candle. So, right, we wait for some type of halfway pullback, push into highs. It looks amazing, even on the daily. Inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Volume is rising. It looks amazing. So, top watch for me, NVIDIA. Top watch this year. I want to start getting into leaps a little bit more. And if there's going to be a company that I do a leap on, a leap is basically buying a couple of months out. So, or even a year out. The contracts are going to be way more expensive. Why? Because you're buying more time. That's basically what these contracts are made up of. So when you're paying for time, when you pay for zero DTEs, that's why they're so cheap because you have no time, right? With leap plays, you have time. You have months out. It could be a year out, 2 years out. I like AMD. AMD's been beat down this all of 2024, really. Um, we're at the weekly 200 SMA. This is an area that I like to use a lot, and we have been on a downtrend. So I'll probably go like a 150. As long as it holds above that these recent lows, 120, 117. As long as it holds those recent lows, probably have some time on these contracts. See if this trend reverses. See if this trend reverses. I like how it's starting to hold off, how it's starting to hold here. And we have a higher low put in at 120. So I really like AMD. Probably my favorite setup for the week, honestly. And for the next, if we start, SPY starts pushing up, Q starts pushing up, Nvidia starts pushing up. There are some, the market changes very quickly though, So let's say, Trump comes into office and things start to look different. Earnings start to come out later on in January. We have the CPI, PPI. A lot of things come up throughout this, but from a technical perspective, it looks good. And it's a play that I will be willing to take. So first key area to target is going to be 132. We're at 125 right now. It could be a quick scalp. You don't have to fully swing this, right? I'd watch it above 128 or 132 for a quick scalp. Not for that lead play. I'm more so be targeting 144 and 150s, probably like 6 months out to a year out. Not financial advice. It's just a play that I am looking at, right? Just something that I am looking for. For a quick scalp, I like 128 to 132. AMD, I think, looks like a good buy. Here we have Meta. Meta is also reclaiming, has a beautiful key area of just a beautiful key level here. Check this out. This is an area that held as demand here, held as supply here. Here we are retesting as supply again. This is a key area, even from back here. Key levels like this are levels that I focus on. Multiple key touches. So if we break and hold above this area, Meta has room to 616, 630. Simple as that. Simple as that. No need for flooding your charts, no need for flooding your charts. That's what I want to like really get down to, guys. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, like with grabbing key levels. It's as simple as this. So until I'm not holding back on no info no more. Like last year, I gave you guys a lot of game, but I would still hold back a little bit. This year, I'm just gonna I got you guys. Like I want to see you guys grow. So just the only thing I do ask for is just like drop a comment, like repost one of my posts, or if you guys make money on my setups that you guys take from the Sunday watch this, just tag me. That's like the only thing that I really ask for. But this looks amazing. So that's gonna be Meta. Google, I mean, Google looks good too. It's like an inverse head and shoulders, left head, right, holding that left shoulder here, this area here, that 190. Break above that trend line, we're pushing towards 196.
I'm sorry.
Back into this area.
Emergency services here.
You guys heard that? Siri is out here listening. Um, but yeah, right shoulder, push towards 196. It looks okay. It doesn't look bad. Google looks pretty good, especially on the weekly. Google looks a little, actually, no. It's not my favorite setup, but I like those other two setups better. Here we have Tesla. Tesla's interesting. They're showing a lot of weakness, and they got picked up very quickly. So here we are back at this trend line. I believe we broke it, yeah. So here we are at a key area of demand now, which is this 414, 412 area. This is an interesting level. I'm gonna wait for it to fully get above for us to push into 430s. Now, if it fails, it's pushing back to 400, back below 400, probably back towards the bearish side of it right now. Until now, right now, though, we do look like we're pushing a little higher. It's up 8%. And I'm keeping the watch list, just trying to keep it short and simple. I like Meta, AMD, and Nvidia. Apple's levels are pretty clear as day. SPY and Qs look amazing. There's one more side watch that I called out a couple weeks ago that's still looking like it's in play. I think I called this out like two watch lists ago. SQ, weekly chart, inverse head and shoulders retest. You guys can see right here, inverse head and shoulders. Break. And look at this retest here. Yeah, see the inverse head and shoulders. We got the left head. All right, we got that right. Break, retest, bullish pin bar, bullish engulfing. This looks like it could push towards 98 to 100 in the next couple weeks. This is a weekly chart. It'll take time. It's like a swing play, but it looks amazing. This looks amazing, even on the smaller time frames. Very strong. Takes time. It's not a fast mover. It moves a couple dollars. It's something you'd want to buy time on for sure. It's not like a quick scalp type thing. You'll get stuck watching this forever if you try to scalp it. It's a slow mover. 98. That's my next target on this name. But yeah, guys, Happy New Year's. like, comment, share my content if it helps you guys. Tag me if you guys make money on the setups. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great trading week. Peace.